There are special schools with wonderful facilities that might be more appropriate for his needs.
Do you teach algebra and biology and English here?
Of course.
Those are his needs.
Perhaps I should speak to the boy's father.
Perhaps you should speak to the Pope, too. He'd be a lot easier to find.
Under the circumstances, I do feel that for the good of my students, as well as your son, I'm going to need some additional information.
Look, Mr. Sims, you know what? Don't jerk me around. I'm not in the mood. I've had a real crappy day so far. First, I find out that we're in the wrong goddamn school district. I gotta come down here and play pussyfoot with you. This is a copy of our lease. This is a copy of Rocky's birth certificate, and this is his last report card from Stevens Junior High School, where he was in the top 5% of his class. And I got some additional information for you. My lawyer's name is B.D. Higgins, and he's told me of my rights. If you give me any shit at all, he's gonna drag your ass into court.
Don't worry, Mr. Sims. I look weird, but otherwise I'm real normal. Everything will be cool. Thanks a lot. See you next week.
Hello and welcome to Just That Film. My name's Ben.
I'm Charlie.
And today we're talking about the 1985 movie Mask.
Somebody stop me!
No, not that one.
Oh, okay. Yes, Mask, starring Cher. Cher. Who's been at the end of every single one of our well, not every one of our podcasts, most of our podcasts. She was also in Moonstruck, Mermaids, Burlesque, Witches of Eastwick.
Yep. Mermaids, yeah, Mermaids is a good one.
You've also got Sam Elliott.
Yep.
The man who's always had a moustache. He's in Tombstone, Roadhouse. He's also, at the moment, he's the mayor in Family Guy.
Oh, okay.
No, Mayor West.
Yeah.
Very distinct voice.
Yeah.
You know, very cowboyish. Eric Stoltz, who plays Rocky Dennis in this, who wasn't Marty McFly, got sacked.
They started filming it, didn't they? That's the future.
See, this is the thing. In my head, because I've never seen Mask before. In my head, I always thought Mask was before Back to the Future, and that's why he got the Back to the Future job, because of this.
Right.
But it wasn't, was it? What did he do before Back to the Future, before this? Because he was Some Kind of Wonderful was 87.
Yeah.
So it wasn't.
I don't know anything of his before this. I mean, there probably was, but this is what I think the first thing I see him in.
He must have been gutted about the Back to the Future.
Of course
then.
he was, but this is the same time.
Well,
Both 85 that was released, and that's.
oh, was that? I thought it
Back
was
to the Future
84.
was 85, wasn't it?
Oh, maybe.
Wasn't it?
He was Lance in Pulp Fiction, wasn't he? The drug dealer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know he dated Bridget Fonda for a while. In the 90s.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got Estelle Getty
Of course.
from Golden Girls.
Yeah, did you recognise her then?
Mum did. She went, oh, is she the one at Golden Girls? I went,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
And then I went, oh.
And this is round about the
it
time
is.
when Golden Girls started. Because that started in 85.
Yeah. And she went, oh, well, you can surprise Ben with that. I said, Mum, Ben
as
knows
if I ain't
Golden
gonna
Girls.
know that, yeah.
He would have smelt her coming on the screen. She's also in Sonny's favourite film, Stop or My Mum Will Shoot. And she's in Mannequin as well.
Yeah. She's done a few films.
And you got Laura Dern,
Yes.
the blind girl.
In her first actual lead role.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's in Jurassic Park. That's what I always know her from. Blue Velvet as well.
Oh, she's nice in this though.
Yeah, she is. She's
lovely in
sweet.
this.
I was saying to Mum, you know, I think she looks a little bit like Cheryl.
Yeah.
Yes. I said, so is this how George and Cheryl met?
Like George's Rocky Dennis.
Yeah. And it was directed by Peter Bogdanovich.
Yeah.
Who also done Last Picture Show, Paper Moon, Nickelodeon.
Yeah. This is based on a true story about a young boy called Roy, Rocky Dennis, who had
A rare craniofacial condition called craniodiaphyseal dysplasia. You say it.
I won't be able to say that.
Go on, give it a go.
Craniodiaphyseal dysplasia.
You said it just as well as me.
Yeah,
That's all right.
Dysplasia. Yeah, which means that his skull and his don't stop growing.
Yeah,
I think there's other things as well, but I think that's
the main sort of thing, because obviously your skull grows and then it will stop, it will solidify at a point.
I'll put a picture of the real Rocky Dennis and his mum actually up on the screen, so you'll be able to see that he was very similar to the character in this film.
Mum said that. She said she looks like his mum, didn't she? That Cher.
Wow.
Mum, that's rude.
I think Cher was fantastic in this film.
Oh no, I thought she was.
I mean, acting wise, and she fought tooth and nail to play this role, and I'm so glad she did, because she was fantastic. She was so believable as his mother, and she was that kind of character that just don't take any shit. She was like a proper biker mum, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She was really good. I mean, so you'd never seen this film, had you?
No, I knew of it.
Yeah.
I've known of it for a long time. George always quotes it. Not because he's Rocky Dennis, but because he always goes like the mask bit. He goes, hey, take the mask off. I'll try. And he'll start playing with his own face and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've always been aware of it. So this is the first time I saw it.
And?
No, I liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was I didn't know what to expect, and in my head I thought, it's going to be depressing, because it's going to be this young boy getting bullied all the time and all stuff, and then he's going to die. I knew he was going to die, because obviously that's they even say at the beginning, obviously he hasn't got long. I know he's gone past in real life, and they thought he was going to die at 7, and he reached 16. He died at 16.
Yeah, in 1978, he was 16 years old when he died.
I'll get this out of the way. My only criticism of it was, when I watched it, I thought it was a much earlier film. I thought it was about the time of, you remember that Executioner song?
Yeah.
Like what I said about that, and about...
Yeah, it's got very 70s.
And at the same time next year, it seems like the direction, like the director doesn't really want to do too much of it, and the cinematography, it looks like not well lit in certain bits, and the lighting caused one of the scenes to be removed, which has been put back in, but we'll get to that anyway. So that I thought would get on my nerves, but the acting in it's really good. All the characters are good, and it is actually...
And everyone's really nice.
Yeah, predominantly it's a feel-good film. Yeah, because it's such
and
a
he's so upbeat,
message.
and he's so sort of light-hearted, and he just doesn't let it get him down.
Yeah,
and apparently that's what his character was like in real life.
Yeah,
it's very true to character. Apparently,
I think I mentioned something similar in a podcast recently. I don't know if it was with you or with Lily, but I was saying about when it was the Charlie Brown one. And I was saying about how Charlie Brown is always like, good grief, and really depressed. And people go, Charlie Brown, you're a fucking loser. Yeah. And they slag him off. And I said to Lily, the problem is, he brings it on himself. If he was more of a positive person, if you act positive, things will be more positive around you. And I think Rocky Dennis is a perfect example of this. Because I like that his family is like all this biker gang, like the tough gang. So, no one's really going to mess with him. And he keeps going to like these new schools and stuff, and when he goes to the new schools, he's like, I've got day one, I've got to win them over again. But you see straight away he does win them over. Like, it's nice when he's telling them the story of Troy, with the horse, the Trojans and the horses and stuff, and how people, because of his enthusiasm for it. So, he says like I'm digging George. Again, similar to George. Like when George is so enthusiastic about history, if you get George to start talking about history, you start being interested in it. I had no interest in this, but because you're so enthusiastic, I'm actually more into it now. Yeah. And his personality is very infectious. Yeah. I like the fact that he actually finds love. Yeah.
Like even the prostitute that she brings back for him, she was lovely. Yeah. And the way like she was just like a nice girl that he was sitting there chatting to, and it was like everyone in it that crosses his path, he doesn't really come up with anyone that matters that sort of says anything of like nasty or makes him feel bad. Yeah. I mean, the blind girl's mum and dad, obviously, when they're stopping the calls and stuff like that, it's a quick bit...
Which is stupid, because...
It's sad, really, but...
As a father myself, if my daughter was blind, I'd have faith in the fact that whoever she chooses to be with, she's obviously not choosing for their looks, and they must be a good person. Yeah. And I'd think, well, okay, he looks a bit funny, But as long as she's happy, that's all I care about, and he clearly makes her happy.
Yeah.
So I think that's a bit nasty of the parents. But even that, they're such a small part of it. There's no real antagonist in this film.
No.
So it is. I'd say it's predominantly a feel-good film, and it's obviously at the end. Then there's like
it's sad.
The death.
Yeah.
And you think that like I like their relationship, him and his mum.
Yeah. And that's a bit believable as well.
And see, that's what I was going to say about a scene. There's a scene in it. You'd seen it years ago, hadn't you?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw it?
Well, years ago. Probably about 20 odd years ago.
Okay, so I bet you didn't remember.
I watched it again the other day.
Yeah, but
last night.
When you watched it the other day, I bet you didn't remember the fire scene where they're singing the Egyptian song.
No.
Because that had been removed.
Oh, did it?
Years ago, yeah. When the film was first released, one thing... The Bruce Springsteen songs weren't in it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you, because I know that for years it was cut out. I didn't know if your
was the read.
If your one had all the songs, because it has got the Beatles in it. It's got like Lynyrd Skynyrd, Steely Dan. It's got some fantastic. It's got a fantastic soundtrack.
Yeah,
really good soundtrack, and all the. So yours had all them in it.
Yeah,
because I thought like, if they're all taken out, it's gonna be shit.
No,
because it's got such a brilliant soundtrack.
Yeah, I mean. I screen grabbed some of the songs just so I could say. So, because Mike, the conversation I just had with Mike was about this film. Because I said, when was the last time you seen Mask? And he said, oh, not for years. I said, you've got to watch it now. Because he's a huge Bruce Springsteen fan. Like Rocky Dennis. And I said, you got to watch it now because it's got loads of great songs of his. It's got Badlands, Thunder Road, Promised Land, River... Born in the USA, but then you've also got Magic Carpet Ride by Steppenwolf. I like to sing.
Yeah.
Which the first time I heard that was in that film Go. Do you remember Go from the late 90s?
I can't remember.
Oh, you'd probably remember if you see it. Then there's a couple of Steely Dan, which Steely Dan is my favourite American band. Dirty Work, Do It Again. Sweet Home Alabama.
Yeah.
Lynyrd Skynyrd.
And also, surprisingly, Beatles.
Yeah, that surprised me. Two Beatles songs in it. And the Little Egypt, back to that Little Egypt scene where she's doing the song and dance thing, which I thought was actually my favourite scene in the film.
Yeah.
Because I thought that's really nice because it shows how close him and his mum are.
Yeah.
They've got this little dance routine.
Yeah.
And he's so proud of his mum.
Yeah.
And she's proud of him. Yeah. But that scene was removed because the lighting was so dark.
Really?
Yeah, the director was like, it's so dark, it's so poorly lit. They removed the whole scene. And also because... At the time, the litigation...
I didn't notice it being poorly lit, really.
No, well, maybe we're now in 2004 because it's been digitally remastered.
Right.
They can sort of lighten it up a little bit. But you think if you'd watched it on VHS, say, back in the 80s, you'd have been like, I can't really...
Oh, I'm glad that... Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't really... I don't know if I'd ever seen that scene before.
No.
It didn't ring any bells with me.
I'd never seen the film before. So I'm watching it, and it's almost... bang in the middle, and when it happens I thought it's just a nice little musical number. It's not over the top.
No,
it's like,
and she ain't doing a Cher like really putting their voice into it.
And it's a catchy song, and like the way they do it is got that big man who hits the things together, and it's just someone playing the guitar and they're singing it and they're doing the little Egyptian dance. And as I said, I think what it does well for their characters, it shows the closeness of the mother and son. I think it was, as I said, for me, it was my favourite scene.
Yeah.
Because it showed all that, and it was such a nice, harmonious thing. It ends in a fight, obviously, with a couple of other bikers, but that's their culture.
Yeah.
And it surprised me that they'd removed it.
Yeah.
You know, all those years ago.
Yeah. No, it's a lovely scene.
But it was also, they said, it's been suggested that it was also because at the time they was having the litigation argument about the Bruce Springsteen songs. Because they took his songs out and put Bob Seger songs, which I like Bob Seger as well, but she was really pissed off, Dusty Dennis.
Cher.
Yeah, the real one.
Oh, right, okay.
The real one was really pissed off because she said, my son, Rocky, loved Bruce Springsteen.
Yeah.
He'd listen to him all the time. And that's what the film got, you know, she loved the film anyway. She weren't sure about Cher, but Cher won her over as well.
Yeah, Cher went and visited her. Like she actually Cher met her to sort of get her character right, to actually sort of understand the woman, because obviously by that point, he had died in 78. This film was made in 85. So for prep, she went and actually met her.
But yeah, Rusty Dennis was unhappy with this. with all the Bruce Springsteen taking out and Bob Seger, and she voiced her displeasure in a 1985 appearance on San Francisco talk show. People are talking, saying, "I don't think Rocky even knew who Bob Seger was."
Yeah.
Yeah, and Bogdanovich, the director, sued Universal for $19 million, alleging the film studio switched the music without his approval in violation of his final cut privilege.
Yeah.
And as I said, thankfully, it was all reinstated back in 2004.
Yeah, so that's good that you actually see the version that you should have seen then.
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you that, because when I was looking into it, and it said about the music being removed, and I thought, oh, well, I hope the music, because the soundtrack was brilliant. Yeah. I don't remember the soundtrack being so good last time, and it's just like, all the songs are like, oh, I know that, I know that, I know that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, I was
there.
actually listening to the soundtrack, like someone's put it together on Spotify, and I was listening to that earlier today. And yeah, again, you're thinking so many great songs in it, even like the old Little Richard songs like Tutti Frutti and things like that.
Yeah, a nice collection of songs. It'd be a good soundtrack.
According to Cher, this movie was shot in Rocky and Rusty Dennis's old neighbourhood. And one day she was walking down the street with Eric Stoltz when he was in his makeup, and an old man yelled, "Hi, Eric!" And he said, "I'm so happy to see you. I heard you died." He thought it was the real Rocky Dennis. Yeah. And she said he was so happy they didn't have the heart to tell him the truth. But now he's heard on our podcast.
Yeah, like he's going to be alive.
Yeah.
And the makeup apparently took about 4 hours to do each day, and it took about an hour to take off. So, I mean, it would have been, you can see. And it's done pretty good, really. I mean, you don't see no joins or nothing in it. It's done well.
Well, yeah, and I mean, obviously, I think the real Rocky Dennis, his eyes was further apart because of the growth thing. You can't do that with so they sort of took a little bit of creative differences, but it was so thick, the stuff, that when he came on set, he'd have to show ID to prove it was him.
Yeah. And also, like, it was really hot as well, so he had to sort of try and keep cool because, like, sweating. Because I bet it was really heavy as well, because it's all quite top heavy as well, isn't it?
And you know that poem that he writes, that he's trying to read, that's an actual poem written by Rocky Dennis.
Yeah, I thought it might have been. That's what I like about this. It's got a lot of heart in it. Also, the blind girl, she wasn't a specific character. She's like a few characters, real characters that rolled into one person. So just for a lot of artistic sort of, just basically sort of tell the stories from each of them in one person. So, but I love that. I love their little love story. I think that's so nice. And like the way that he describes colours to her.
Yeah, that's nice.
You know, like the cotton wool. This is
the hot rocks. And
this is
red.
billowy, and that rock is this is red. And the cold is blue, and when the red is hot, but then when it cools down, it's pink, and
Okay, ready?
No, what?
This is blue.
That's freezing. It's blue?
This is green.
Okay, I think I understand.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Shit. Oh, sorry, Diana.
It's okay, I say it all the time.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, put those down. Now this is red.
Ah!
And when it
it's
cools
red?
down, when that cools down, it'll be pink.
Rocky, I understand.
Okay, hold on a second. This is billowy.
Wow.
And this is beautiful.
Rocky.
You know, I think the cast was well suited. A couple of casting things they'd considered, which wouldn't have worked, I don't think, was Kevin Costner was considered for the role of Rocky Dennis.
Yeah.
Which he was like 25 at the time.
Yeah.
And you think Kevin Costner as Rocky Dennis just seems a bit weird, and Cher's playing his mum, and Cher wanted the Sam Elliott character, she wanted her then boyfriend at the time, Val Kilmer, to play him. And you think, well, Val Kilmer, I think, is the same age or younger than Kevin Costner at the time, so that would have been weird, So no, I think they got it right with the people they've got. And I kept thinking, like the Sam Elliott character, I thought, he seems like such a nice character.
Yeah.
He's gonna be nasty at some point.
Yeah,
he's gonna hit her or hit him.
No.
And I'm glad that never happened.
Yeah, it's actually it's a surprisingly nice film and nice people. You know, like she's obviously got a little bit of a problem with her dad. You know, there's a thing there, and then she gets all drugged up, and like he's sort of they've obviously got a bit of a volatile relationship. But apart from that, I think everyone else in their life there's a lot of love there. You know, there's a lot of love for all of them. And also, the film was also shot in mainly chronological order. Is that right? Chronological?
Yeah, chronological.
Chronological order. So that's that, and that gave Eric Stoltz a chance to actually sort of build on his character.
Yeah.
You know, and what he's going through,
but
his emotions.
It's good, as I said. It's quite inspiring. There's only one part of it where it gets a bit much for him, and he starts snapping at people, doesn't he? Because, like, I think he's not getting calls back from that girl. Yeah. He finds out his friend doesn't want to go across Europe with him anymore. You know, that was quite reminiscent of when he goes to his bedroom and he takes the pins out. Yeah. It reminds me of, say, like Elephant Man, like at the very end of Elephant Man when he dies.
I thought you'd see a resemblance between this and Elephant Man, actually.
Well, funny enough, like the last pin he takes off is London. And, you know, I sort of hazard a guess. I wonder if London, the importance of London was the fact that Elephant Man, who's probably the most famous person with a deformity, physical deformity, lived. So it might have been one of those little things he thought, I'd like to go there one day, you know. His mum, in real life, Florence Rusty Tillis, died November 11th, 2006, at the age of 70, from injuries sustained in a motorcycle accident on October 14th, 2006.
Okay.
So she had a motorcycle accident, was in hospital for almost a month before she passed on.
That's a shame. Yeah, once he died, she worked with troubled teens, the mum, Rusty. She ran a home for troubled teens, so that was nice that she obviously sort of put all her energies into something positive.
Yeah. She had other children though, didn't she?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
It's a shame they didn't have them in the film then, if that's the case.
But sometimes you sometimes have to, like you said about the Laura Dern character. Yeah. If you have too many characters, you start getting confused. Don't care if you're making a film concise to like 2 hours, and it's someone's life. It's sometimes easier to go, you know what? We'll take them characters because they don't do anything. Yeah. You know, so that would make sense. But I believe she had another son who she sold the rights to this so that she could pay towards his HIV treatment. She was paid $15,000 by Universal Pictures for the film rights. Rusty had 2 sons. The older son, Joshua Mason, passed away in 1987 at the age of 32 due to complications from AIDS after contracting HIV through a blood transfusion. That's got to be... I mean, obviously it's horrible to get AIDS or HIV anyway, but for a blood transfusion, you feel so angry.
There's a lot of people got in blood transfusions. That's how a lot of people died with it. Obviously, there was the sex side of it and drugs, but there was also innocent, like people like going into hospitals having babies and like blood transfusions, and all of a sudden, all getting it. Cher improvised some of Rusty's dialogue as well, which is quite good. A lot of it was kept in. I mean, I think she really got into the character. Yeah. With this.
Well, this was one of. She said this was one of her first leading things. She clashed over the director because he didn't like the idea of someone he'd call unprofessional. You know, and probably through things like ad-lib, and she would break character sometimes. So in the end, the compromise he made, he'd change his directing style, which I'm not overly fond of anyway. So I don't care about his directing style that much if he had to sort of chop it up. I think, she's great in this.
I think it's one of her best roles. I think she's so passionate, and she hadn't done many films at this point. No. She hadn't done a lot of acting at this point. And then I think this actually shows, like, she's not just like another singer wanting to be an actress. She's capable. Amazing. Yeah. There's a couple of good actresses, singers that become actresses. Like Betty Midler is another great actress who's actually originally a singer. Whitney Houston was great in The Bodyguard.
Yeah, but that's the funny thing. She didn't really do anything else other than that. But,
I think she might have done.
And that was down to Kevin Costner, wasn't it? Again.
Yeah.
I know Madonna was all right in a couple of things.
Yeah.
Some things she sort of showed up.
Yeah.
You know, but I think Cher's a better actress than
Madonna.
Yeah, I mean, it's annoying sometimes when you get musicians trying.
Lady Gaga's not bad. She's quite a good actress.
Oh yeah, she was in that Star Is Born.
Yeah, she's good in that.
And she's also in Joker too.
Yeah, she's done a few things.
She's the Joker.
She's a good actress.
Yeah.
And Cher also said that the story stayed with her long after it wrapped. I mean, I suppose it is a very powerful story, and the fact that it's a true story as well, and she's obviously met his mum. I suppose it would stick with her. And if she was that passionate about it that she fought to get the role, then you can understand.
Yeah, she's probably immensely proud of it.
Oh yeah,
she should.
You would get
it's nice to have such a sort of.
She's done some good films though. Yeah, she has done some good films.
You never really watched X-Files, did you?
No.
Okay, well, in the X-Files, there's an episode, quite a well rated episode called The Postmodern Prometheus, which was back in '97, and it's a black and white episode. It's weird. You're watching all the episodes, all of a sudden there's this black and white episode, and this film was it was inspired by this movie. Cher was asked to appear as herself in the episode, and she said no. She did allow them to use her music, however, but after she saw the episode and liked the quality of it, she expressed regret for not doing it and also considers it the biggest mistake of her career.
Really?
So what happens in the actual episode, spoiler for that episode, or not really, all these people in town, like these women, are giving birth to children with deformities. And what it turns out, there's like this Rocky Dennis-like character who's been having affairs with all of them. And he always comes in dancing to, there's a Cher cover version of the song.
The Shoop song?
No. The Sun Ain't Gonna Shine Anymore.
Okay.
It's her version of that. And he's dancing to it and stuff like that. And at the very end, you've got Mulder and Scully. It's all been sort of resolved, and they're sitting in the bar. And it would have been Cher coming out and singing. And like I said, she turned it down, but then regretted it afterwards. It is a good episode.
Yeah. What was it you liked about this film then?
I liked that it wasn't depressing.
Yeah.
You know, you gave me a few options anyway, and I thought I was veering towards this because I thought I'm not in the mood to watch a film which is just going to depress the hell out of me, and it wasn't. It wasn't depressing.
No.
Which surprised me. I'm sure I imagine probably loads of people like-minded to me would think I don't want to watch one of those depressing things like that. They should get over that because
it's not at all.
It's got a good message in it. He's good in it. Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
Cher's really good in it. Sam Elliott's good in it. I think
everyone
across the board, the cast feels authentic. It's nice little sort of happy moments in her life because everyone's...
And it shows you, like, we all sit and moan about things in our lives and all that, and you look and think, he's got so much, like, his headaches must be so painful, you know, and you feel that poor boy, and he still looks on the bright side of things, and he's still upbeat, and he gets looked at and stared at every single day, gets called names, and he can see people treating him different, but he can see the looks he's getting from people, and but he
wins them over every time.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like, and we sit and go, I've got a spot or something like that, and you know, silly things, you know.
Yeah.
And it
makes you appreciate your own life.
Yeah.
No, I feel like that because, you know, I've got friends who they've gone through a lot of turmoil, a lot of bad things in their life, and I think I don't feel like moaning about my life because despite what you're going through, you stay upbeat about it. I mean, some of my friends are really pessimistic. Oh, poor me. And I think,
But I think it's people like that. It's like negative energy. I think it drains you, and you feel really sort of like you've had the life sucked out of you. You know, and I feel that, you know, just okay, things ain't great, but you know they'll get better. You know, like that's why I don't watch a lot of the doom and gloom that's going on in the world at the moment. Like my algorithms on Instagram and TikTok was all this same sort of shit.
Yeah.
Since I stopped watching all that, it's all just positive stuff now and funny stuff. And I'll tell you something, it's so much easier. Yeah. It's like, because we can all sit and go on about what's going on, but you know, all it does is just winds you up, and I don't really want to be talking about that all the time. You know, we all know what's happening, and it's like we all know what we've got to do, and it's just okay. We'll just deal with it when it happens. But you know, we can sit and, like, for example, if there's like a war, like, rather than worrying about it for like fucking sort of a year in advance,
Yeah.
like, I'd rather be walking down the street and go, oh shit, there's a bomb.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
Yeah.
You know, rather
Ignorance
than,
is bliss,
exactly.
which
It's
isn't
not
a
going
bad
to change
thing.
the outcome.
No.
Whatever's going to happen is going to happen. It's like, you can be all negative and worried and scared, or you can just go, you know what, what will be, will be.
Yeah.
You got to try and look at all the positives in your life, and that's the best way to be.
Yeah, a couple of months back, or just about a month ago, Lily was getting really stressed out about something. She was getting really, I can't remember exactly what it is now, but it was something to do with the news, something to do with politicians. I don't know if it was, I don't think it was to do with the Donald Trump. Everyone thought, oh, he's going to go to war with Greenland. And I said, look, none of that's going to happen. This ain't going to happen. Stop worrying about things which won't happen, because what the media does, the news always does this. It finds negative news. This is why they say no news is good news, because they haven't been able to find the crap stuff to anger you. They think if we get stuff that anger you, then you're going to go, oh, look at this, look what he said, look what's happening over here, and da-da-da. And then everyone gossip. No one gossips about, look how this old woman survived this. They don't care, because it's like car crash. When people go past a car crash and they slow down and have a look, and you think there's something in their mind that they think, they live in fear. They need to know what's the worst stuff that's going on, because they think maybe they're
Worst case scenario.
But
it's just, you know what, I found my life, since I stopped reading newspapers, stopped watching the news, my life is so much better. Like, I watch like comedy stuff. I still watch like the odd dramas and like dark stuff, but it's all like, I don't get down and angry. I was angry all the time, like during the COVID stuff and all that, and then, you know, and all the bullshit that was being spouted at us all that time. And I was just sitting there, I was just getting so frustrated and so angry. But, you know, my life is so much better since I stopped buying into all that shit. You know, all I need to know about is what's going on in my own personal life with my friends, my family, my partner, and that's all that matters to me, you know?
And what's going on in the film Marsh from 1985.
Oh, yeah.
Because Rusty Tullis,
Yeah.
the real one, had very little involvement with the production of the film, as the director didn't want it to make it 100% accurate.
Yeah.
But when she finally saw the film, she was very surprised how much her character, played by Cher, was in the film. However, she was hugely complimentary about Cher's depiction of her, and how inspirational she found Cher's performance, and how eerily accurate it was.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Cher did go and watch her, and she sort of watched her mannerisms and see the way she was as a character. So she's obviously, like, she done her justice, you know?
And Isabella Rossellini thought Laura Dern was really blind after watching this film, and it was only until David Lynch cast Laura in Blue Velvet that she realised she wasn't.
Yeah. Yeah, she's lovely in this, and I love their little love story. I'm glad they had that, and I'm also glad that he met up with her again, rather than, you know, because he keeps phoning her, and the parents keep saying, oh, she's busy, and I love the fact that he actually did go and see her, and she said, I haven't been getting your calls, my parents have stopped,
Yeah,
like,
'cause
they're
that
not letting me.
frustrating.
Yeah, because then he would have sort of died thinking that she don't love him.
No, but instead, she said that she does love him.
Yeah.
And you could tell it was genuine.
Yeah, that's a pure love, because they love each other for
it weren't for
themselves. Yeah.
Although he probably looked at her and thought, I didn't think I'd ever get a bird like that.
Yeah, no, it's a lovely film though, a really lovely film, and I'm glad I picked this one, because did Mum like it?
Yeah, she cried at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when obviously she comes in, and
That's sad, the end.
But it's well played, because she does it exactly how you think it would go, because you get complacent with things, even though she knows her son has a time. You know, he's not going to live forever. She'll outlive him. She knows this in the back of her mind. She obviously lives each day, and you can't help but take people for granted. And you think, and she gets the phone call from the school,
and she knows,
and she thinks, no, please don't. She opens the room, and then she goes,
and
she thinks, oh no, he is, but then she goes, no, oh come on, open, come on, get up. Oh, you feel cold because of this kind of thing. She's desperate for it not to be true.
Yeah.
And it's nice how, you know, it's nicely played in the sense that you think it feels real. Like, then she goes out the room, smashes up the place, and then goes back in to see him again, because you think some people would have just done it and gone and go, no, start screaming and then fall down. Yeah.
And then she goes and puts all the pins in the board, going, you can go anywhere you want to now, baby. You know, I'm surprised you didn't cry. I thought you would have cried.
I did a little bit. I
you?
cry everything though.
Yeah.
I cried at Life of Brian. But no, I looked round at Mum at the end because she was sitting on the chair.
Did she watch it properly then without
Yeah, she sat there, watched it, and I could see she was like wiping her eyes and stuff at the end.
Yeah.
But as I said, the majority, you can, like the mum in it, you know it's going to come, but you get to enjoy the life up to that point. There's a couple of little bumps in the road, but nothing that bad. Otherwise, it's just...
They had a good relationship. They had a love...
Because at one point, I thought she was a bitch. I thought, when she rips his card and whatever, and I thought...
But that's just that's just like, you know, that's their volatile, like, letting things get to them. And she's like probably on a come down.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
Oh, yes. So, obviously, there's her drug addiction, which obviously is a big turning point for them. But it was good in the end because it was what gave him the catalyst to leave, go to the blind thing, which the bloke offered. And then as soon as he sees Laura, and as soon as I realised she was blind, I was thinking, oh, hopefully they get together. Yeah. And hopefully when she touches his face, she don't go, ugh!
Yeah.
Because you think that's what's going to happen, but she doesn't.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a beautiful film. And if you haven't seen this film, I highly recommend it. Because it's definitely worth a watch, isn't it?
You know who was slated in to play who Eric Stoltz beat out? Rob Lowe.
Oh, was Rob
So
Lowe
Rob Lowe was really nearly Rocky.
No, I think Eric Stoltz done a fantastic job. He's brilliant. He was he's brilliant as Rocky.
Oh, he'd done this before the Back to the Future stuff.
Right.
Because it was later that year he was cast as Marty McFly.
Right.
But then obviously he got beat out by Michael J. Fox. Yeah. Yeah, one little thing I noticed as well, whenever his granddad gets him the card and he pins it on the thing, as soon as he pinned it into the thing, I thought, why haven't you put it in the plastic like he's done for all the other cards? Because as soon as you put the pin through the card...
I thought he pinned it through the card.
He did.
How did I notice that? How did I notice that?
Yeah.
Well, it's mad, isn't it?
Like when we was watching it, because it's because all the other cards around it, you can see he's done the plastic, because anyone who does collective things knows you devalue it if you destroy the thing. Yeah. You know, so he's devalued the card. But it was, you know, Rocky doesn't sort of have a fit over it. He's grateful for having the card. Yeah. But you can imagine afterwards he's probably thought...
Yeah, he's got a lovely relationship with his grandparents, with all of his like extended family, all the bikers, and a lot of them like in the backgrounds and all that were real bikers. And Cher hung around with bikers as well to sort of get a feel of it. You know, there was a lot went into this film.
I was going to say Cher was an old bike.
No, a lot went into this film.
Yeah,
I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm glad it was definitely it's worth seeing. It wasn't one that you had to sort of sit through and go, oh, what load of shit. You actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, and as I said, my only apprehension is because I thought it's going to make me feel really depressed. But there's enough good there that you can take the bit at the end. Yeah, which I suppose is what life's about, isn't it? You do enough happiness.
He's a perfect example of just listen. Things could be worse.
Yeah.
And he's happy and cheerful, so why have I got to be miserable?
Because even the bit at the beginning where you got the song and it's going in closer and closer and goes into his room and he's dancing to Bruce Springsteen and he's putting that shirt on and stuff, I was thinking, because you expect certain things, Hollywood tropes, you think, is he going to suddenly look in the mirror and go, I'm ugly or something like that? But he doesn't, he's sort of all pleased with himself. Yeah. And then when the bikers... come and you think, are they going to be able to? No, they all love him. Yeah. You know, so,
and I love that bit in the funfair with the mirrors.
Yeah.
When he sees his face, like in the hall of mirrors, and all the distorted mirrors, and his face looks normal. And it's like, that's lovely. And then he gets his mum. All right. So, are you checking in the thing to see your?
My nose looks red.
It's cold. Right, IMDb, this film got 7.2 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes got 93% by the critics.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
And 83% by the audience. So it
surprised me that the IMDb ones should be a little bit higher, really. You'd think it'd be about 7.8.
But that's good. That's good. So it's nice to know that it was appreciated.
Yeah.
You know? The budget was $8 million. And it made $48 million. So 40 million. So
that's good.
It's a winner.
It is good because I thought, as I said, I've known about the film, but it's not a film that people mention when they talk about 80s films. Because whenever they say, list off a bunch of 80s films, tell me 100 80s films right now.
And it's definitely worth a watch.
Oh yeah, it's definitely
worth a watch.
I think it's because 80s this is why it feels a bit more like a 70s film, because where it's a serious drama, you know, 80s was more about the fantastical. I feel in general.
I think Cher won the Golden Globe for it as well.
But she's
brilliant in it. She is absolutely fantastic in it.
She did win an Oscar eventually, didn't she? I think it was for Moonstruck.
Oh yeah, I
think
she
always said she should have won it for this.
Yeah.
She always thinks she's won. But the problem is, like, especially if you're a musician or if you're a wrestler or a sports star or something like that, or something else, and you're first getting into acting, your first performance is never going to win you an award. They're always going.
But she's better in this than she is in Moonstruck. Moonstruck, she's good in Moonstruck, but this, definitely, I would say, if she'd won the Oscar for this, I'd go, oh yeah, I understand that.
Yeah.
Because she's fantastic. She's flawless in this.
Yeah.
She's so believable, and yeah, she's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant in this.
Yeah.
So, that was Mask.
Somebody stop me.
Right, so what are you choosing next week then, Charles?
Okay, I'm going to go to the 90s, and I'm going to pick Dad's favourite film.
Oh, was that My Cousin Vinny?
Yeah.
I've never seen that. He used to say that was him and Tracy.
Yeah. You watch it go, I can imagine, not that I'm saying that's him and Tracy, but I could imagine Dad watching it and going, that's me and Tracy.
Yeah, they did. They used to watch it and say that's them two.
Yeah. Probably because of the age difference or something like that. But no, I love My Cousin Vinny. I've watched it loads of times.
Okay, so I'll give that a go.
It's a courtroom comedy.
Right.
But it's a clever film, and they're very likeable characters. Obviously, it's round about the time. He's done Goodfellas, he's done Home Alone, so he's shown that he can do serious, and he shows that he can do comedy.
Yeah.
He's really good in it, Joe Pesci. And Marissa Tomei is really good in it, and she was...
Is it like a comedy?
It's a comedy.
It's comedy.
It's a comedy. It's a funny film.
Oh, so at least it's got to be
but it's a courtroom thing as well.
Right, okay.
You know? So he's trying to defend his cousin, and he's a lawyer, but he's new to the thing, and he's sort of like a fish out of water thing. He's in this, he's from New York, and this is some deep south town. You got Fred Gwynn, who was at the Munsters. Who's the tall one in the Munsters?
Yeah, I don't know.
What I mean?
Yeah.
Herman Munster. Yeah. He's the judge in it. He's good. It's a really good film. It's a feel-good film, and it's funny.
Well, I'll let you know next week. Yeah, if you want to email us any suggestions, it's justthatfilm@gmail.com. Like, subscribe, and share. And we will catch up with you next week. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
What's the matter? You never saw anybody from the planet Voltron before?
Mom, beep, 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 beep.